morning. We have our workout for today is going to be lower push and lower pull. Sorry, I just need to do something quick. I'll be right back. So what we're going to be working today is going to be the front and back of our legs. So we're working the whole lower body. We're doing triple sets today. So you're going to have 3 exercises. We're going to take the time down just a little bit. We're going to do 40 seconds instead of 45, just because this is going to be a little bit more challenging of a set. So especially if you're newer or a little more deconditioned, don't worry if you have to take things a little bit slower or modify a little bit more than you would normally need to, because this is going to be a challenging one for the legs, just because of the way it's set up and the fact that we're doing 3 in a row, which almost all 3 hit the legs, so it's a little bit unusual in that sense. But we're going to be doing a big move one, and then we're going to be doing one that targets the front and then the back, or vice versa throughout. So that's why you're going to have a little bit shorter time, because we want to still make sure we take that recovery, and then maybe a little bit more time at the end of the set to recover, but 40 seconds instead of 45. So I'm just going to get right into it. We've got goblet squats for our first move on green. So you're just going to be holding the weight in front of you. Make sure your knees are staying behind the toes. We're going to drop the hips down, and anytime you want to do a squat, you want to make sure your back is straight, and the big thing is your knees stay behind the toes as you come down. So if you can only come down to here and then your knees start to come forward, just do that for now and get as much range of motion as you can. Drop the hips, engage the core and the glutes all the way through that back there. After that, we're going to do stability ball hip press. So you're going to be laying down on the ground. Feet are flat on the ball. You're going to lift your hips up and through. So just keeping it nice and controlled. Drive your glutes up on each one. Push through the heels on the ball. And then we're flipping over, we're doing mountain climbers. So just keeping the hips down, we're driving the knees. Quick pace forward, and you can step these out or do them up against a wall or something that way. So that is our first set of 3. Then our purple one, we start with kettlebell swing. So we want to reach back with the kettlebell, knees are staying behind the toes, drive the hips forward, alternating back and forth, engaging that core all the way through. You can do this with both hands too, all the way, and you can use a dumbbell. If you don't have a kettlebell, we're just going to hold the end of it, drive the hips forward. It's going to be a little harder with the dumbbell, so do a lighter weight with that one. Then we have stability ball dead bugs. So you're going to be on the stability ball, you're going to be laying down. You're going to lift one hand towards the opposite leg. So we want to keep that nice and controlled. Keep the core engaged that whole way through. And then our last one. And then you can also for the modification on this, if you need to put your one hand down while you're lifting the other for balance, a lot of times that'll help. And then our last one here is jumping jack burpees. So you're going to come down into a burpee, out, 3 jumping jacks, 2, 3, and you can step out the burpee to modify. You can step out the jumping jacks, and you can do whole body extensions where you're basically doing a squat, reach towards the floor, and then step out the jacks to modify a little further. Then our last 3, squat jacks, so pelvic pulse and high knees. So squat jacks first, you're going to come down, knees behind the toes, up and through, so jumping on that. Then we have stability ball pelvic pulse. And so for this one, you're not going to see a lot of range of motion, especially in the video from where you are, but your goal is, rather than being back like this, is to turn your hips forward. So try and engage that core. You're rotating your hips a little bit. This is a really good one to get those muscles, especially if you sit a lot. You tend to relax that pelvic section of your body, so letting the hips kind of come back. So pulling them forward so that you're in line. We're talking about a nice straight line from your shoulders through your hips to your knees. That's what you want. So you're going to be on the stability ball. You're going to be up straight, and then your goal is to just engage. So you won't see a lot of range of motion. I'll try and exaggerate a little bit, but you're just going to come up and push the hips forward. So you're coming down, so you're pushing this part of your leg towards your shoulders, if that makes sense. So you really feel it kind of in the glutes, and you'll know you're doing it right if you feel it a little bit below the glutes and not the high part of the glutes, kind of in that low section there. And then our last one is going to be high knees. We're just going to be bringing the knees up to your shoulders, kind of running in place, light on the toes, and you can step that one out as well. So we're going to get started with our goblet squats. Again, we're doing a little bit less time. So 40 seconds on our first one here. So grabbing your weight, you can also do this with a kettlebell, whichever is easier. Ready? And begin. So we want to come down, dropping the hips, keep your elbows nice and tight, making sure your knees are staying behind the toes, pushing that pace through, engaging your glutes, engaging that core strong. We're halfway done with this. Good, keeping it controlled all the way through to the end, keeping that nice easy breathing. Into the last 10 seconds now, finishing this off. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Good. All right, so we're doing our hip press next. So on the stability ball, again, we want to have the feet flat on the ball, driving the hips up through the heels. We're starting in 3 here. Ready? And begin. So coming all the way up and through. Make sure to engage that core. We want to push those muscles nice and strong. Go ahead, making sure that neck stays relaxed into the floor. Challenging yourself through. You should feel that in the back of the legs. As you come down, stop just before your hips touch. We want to keep those engaged. We're over halfway done. So keeping that nice easy breathing all the way up and through. We're in the last 10 seconds. So finishing this off all the way in. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Good. All right, get that good burn in the back of the legs. We're flipping over. We're doing mountain climbers now. So again, you can modify these either by stepping or by doing them on something elevated. We're starting in 3 here, 40 seconds. Ready? And begin. So driving that down, we want to keep the hips nice and low and engaged. Pushing that pace all the way through. Good. This is a quick touch one. So light on the toes, driving those legs that whole time. Good, we're about halfway done with this. So moving through to the end, challenge that pace. All right, into the last 10 seconds now. So making this count, driving those muscles, working this all the way in. 3, 2, 1, and relax. All right, so we're back to our squats, our goblet squats. So we're going 40 seconds again. And you still get the 15 seconds of recovery. So we're starting in 5, all the way up, ready? And begin. So we're dropping down, making sure to use the glutes, engage that core. Good. Keeping the shoulders back. Get those hips nice and low on each movement here. Just over halfway done. So pushing that in. Again, making sure your knees stay behind the toes. You want to stick your butt back like you're sitting in a chair. Engage those glutes. Last few seconds work. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Good. All right. So we've got our hip press again. So on the ball. All right, we're starting in 5. So heels are flat. Driving up, ready? And begin. So again, keeping that engaged, keeping those muscles working. Want to make sure the hips get nice and high. Keep that neck relaxed. We're halfway done on this. So as you move towards the end, keep those glutes engaged. Again, you should feel that in the hamstrings all the way through in the back part of your legs. We've got 10 seconds left. So making this count. Engage those muscles all the way through. Almost done. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Good. All right, so we've got our mountain climbers to finish off this first set of 3. So we're flipping over. Again, try and keep those hips low. We're starting in 5. Staying engaged. Ready? And begin. Good, so driving that all the way through. Keeping those hips down. Making sure to push the knees up. You want to be nice and light on the toes on this. Pushing that pace through. Good. Making sure you're challenging the muscles the whole time in. Halfway done. So moving towards the end. Making those legs work. Making each one of these count. We're in the last 10 seconds. So finish this off all the way through. Almost done. 3, 2, 1, and relax. All right. So catch your breath. Quick drink if you need it. And we're moving on. Kettlebell swings, dead bugs, and burpees. So we'll start in about 15 seconds. So kettlebell swing first. All right. So in 5 now. Again, you can use one or both hands. Ready? And begin. So driving with the hips. Want to use that momentum. Back and forth. Make sure your back stays straight. Just a slight bend at the knees. You're not coming into a full squat. Pushing those muscles all the way through and back. Also do with both hands. Whichever way is more comfortable for you. I'm going to switch to both hands because I'm starting to feel that low back. We're in the last 10 seconds on this. So all the way through, making the most you can out of each movement. 3, 2, 1, and relax. All right. So we've got our dead bugs now. So we're on the ball. We're going to be alternating back and forth. Ready? And begin. So try to engage the core. So first, lift your leg a little bit off the ground. Make sure you've got that balance. And then bring it across. And we're trying to crunch up strong. We're pushing that top of the hip towards the shoulder on each one across the body. So engaging that cross movement. You're over halfway done on this. So pushing those muscles all the way through and back. Good, you have under 10 seconds left. Making the most you can out of each one. 2, 1, and relax. All right, so jumping jack burpees. This is going to be a good one to challenge that core, challenge those muscles. We're starting in 5, getting that full extension. Ready? And begin. So all the way out, up, 1, 2, 3, all the way through. Making sure, challenging that pace, getting the most you can out of each one. 1, 2, 3. Good. Nice and light on the toes. I'm going to keep that going. Just over halfway done. Sometimes doing 4 jumps, that's okay. It's hard to transition into that. We got under 10 seconds. Finishing this off. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Good. All right, so we're back to our kettlebell swing. Just keeping that back straight, engaging the glutes, back and forth on each one, starting in 5. All right, ready? And begin. So back and forth. Try and push that pace all the way through, making sure knees are staying behind the toes. Engaging those muscles all the way in and through, keeping that back straight. We're just over halfway done. Moving into the last 20 seconds. So finish that off. Good strong movement on each one of these. Almost done. Finishing off. 3, 2, 1, and relax. All right, so we've got our dead bugs again. So onto the ball. gonna crunch up. All right, ready? And begin. So again, focusing on that balance, engaging that core, back and forth. So keeping the arms and legs mostly straight as you bring them in, and squeeze that core as you come back. Again, you can put the hand down for balance if you need to. We're over halfway down on this. So engaging those muscles all the way through on each one. Finishing this off. Under 10 seconds left. Almost done. 3, 2, 1, and relax. All right, so we've got our jumping jack burpees to finish this set off. 40 seconds. Doing a little bit less on each one. All right, ready? And begin. It's all the way out. 1, 2, 3 at the top. 2, 3. Nice and strong. Quick on the toes. Keep challenging yourself on that pace. You want to get as many of these done as you can. This one's all about quickness. Getting that full extension on the legs. Make sure you get them all the way back. Don't cheat and only go part way back. You want to get that all the way back as much as you can. Fully extend on each hop. You're over halfway done. So pushing towards the end. Making the most you can on each one of these. Under 10 seconds left. So finishing this off. Almost done. 3, 2, 1, and relax. All right. Catch your breath, quick drink. And we're on our last set of 3. So squat jacks. So we go pelvic pulls and high knees. All right. So again, we'll use that rest time. We'll start in about 10 seconds. Let yourself recover. Squat jacks first. All right, ready? And begin. So down and all the way up. Making sure those knees stay behind the toes. You want to stay nice and light. Again, feel free to step these out back and forth, focusing on your squats. If you don't have the cardio there yet, we're over halfway done. So pushing that pace. Make sure to stick your hips back on this. Want to engage the glutes in the last 10 seconds. We're still making sure the knees don't come forward past the toes. 3, 2, 1, and relax. All right, stability ball pelvic pulse. So for this one, we're gonna be laying mostly straight. Just doing that little movement. We're starting in 5 through the glutes and that pelvic gird already, and begin. So just pulling the hips. Just again, push those glutes forward. Try and keep yourself mostly straight. Other than that, ideally you're feeling this kind of in the lower end of your butt, into the hamstrings a little bit. We're over halfway down on this now. As you get just that little twist, all the way up and through. Good, under 10 seconds left. Making the most you can out of each one of these. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Good. All right, we've got our high knees next, so we're gonna finish that off. So using the arms, driving that up. We're starting in 5, again, 40 seconds. Ready? And begin. So nice and light on the toes. And you can step these out too if you're stepping. Make sure you really get the knees up. We want to push that pace. However we're doing this. Good. Nice and light, keep driving that. Can't quite see from down there, we're over halfway done. Moving through on each one. Finishing this off now. Into the last 10 seconds. Making this count all the way through to the end. 3, 2, 1, and relax. All right, so squat jacks are next. This is our last time through. So final set of 3. Starting on 5, we're dropping down. Make sure knees are behind the toes. And begin. So nice and light. Challenge those muscles. Really getting that down and in. Making sure to keep that nice, easy breathing. Pushing that pace all the way in. Good. We're just over halfway done. So finishing that off. Good. Into the last 15 seconds. So keep that going strong all the way through. Almost done. 3, 2, 1, and relax. All right. We've got our pelvic pulse. So again, keeping the heels nice and flat. Engaging that core. Driving the hips up. Starting in 4. 40 seconds, ready? And begin. So again, drive that in. You want to feel it in the back of the legs there. Good. Keeping that nice and relaxed. Want to push that through. Try and relax your calves. If you need to roll the ball a little bit closer, let your glutes drive. We're into the last 10 seconds. So finishing off again, just that little bit of range of motion as you push this through. Almost done. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Good. All right, we've got our high knees now. So we're going to finish strong on this last one. We're starting in 5. So driving all the way up. Arms and legs working together. Ready? And begin. So 40 seconds. Make it good and strong. Want to finish that all the way through. Towards the end, want to be light on the toes. Making sure you're getting those knees up there. Pushing that pace in as much as you can. You're over halfway done. So moving towards that finish line. Really try and keep it up. Again, it's 40 seconds. And you got 15 left. So making the most you can out of this time. Really drive it through. Under 10 now. All the way through to the end. Stay strong. Almost done. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Good. Nice job. You are done. High five. Virtual high five at home. So catch your breath. Letting yourself recover. You don't even need to pull the arms back. We didn't do the arms at all today. So just catch your breath. Letting your feet move. We're going to start. Just going to push the leg forward. Stretching the hip flexor, front of the leg here. And then just lean back a little bit. Going to open up that breathing. Put your hands on your hips and push back. Or just keep them down and relax. Whatever feels more comfortable for you. Get that good stretch through the legs. And switch. Straighten the other side. Again, just leaning back. Nice and easy. Pushing that through on each one. Alright, coming up. I'm going to cross one leg over. Reach up, kind of lean your hips. Stretch through the IT band on the outside there. And try and let that breathing return back down to normal. So you're reaching the arm up, but your focus is really getting this through. And you can hang on to something if you need to. We're going to do another balance one after this anyway. And switch. So we're going to the other side. You can also, for balance, pull your ear or just pick one spot, especially on the floor, to stare at. Always seems to help. And this one, you're turning out again. I'm trying to get through right here. The glute on the outside, so as you twist those hips and lean, that's where you really get that stretch. And just nice and easy. All right, we're going to stretch out the quads. So grabbing one leg, pulling it back. Keep yourself back and straight, try not to slouch forward. It'll help with that breathing again. Nice deep breaths in. Nice and slow and relaxed. Good, we're gonna switch legs. So getting the other side now. Again, just nice and easy. Letting yourself recover. All right, now we're coming down. Reach towards the toes. Just nice and easy. Keeping those legs mostly straight. And that spot where you just want a gentle stretch. And all of these, just mild discomfort at most. Anything beyond that is counterproductive. So we're gonna push the feet back. So you want a space between your heels and the ground, and then you're just pushing those heels towards the ground to get that stretch. Move your feet up. If you can push your heels all the way to the ground in the position you're in without feeling it, should be through the calves. We did a lot of jumping today. All right, so coming back down, we're gonna put one leg on the ground now. Just lean forward and kind of stretch that out. So this is a good one for the hip flexors, which are those front muscles right on top of your quad. They tend to be tight. So again, on leg days, it's a good idea to do some foam rolling. Not necessarily right after this, but either if you have time later in the day, or like tonight when you're watching TV or relaxing, just do a little bit of foam rolling if you have one. From the top of the knee to the hips, you can do both sides of the leg. You can do glutes if you want as well, but the hips are usually the main one. All right, we're gonna stretch forward now. And then if you have a kettlebell, I'm gonna have to do this one tonight because I can already feel my calves are getting tighter. Push down on this, and then flex your toes real slowly. And again, you don't have to do this one now. You can because your muscles are nice and warmed up. But kind of stretch that toe back and forth. That's a good one to loosen those calves. And you just real slowly move up that kettlebell, like about the width of the bar. So I'm just moving to that next section on my leg, flexing the toes. I like to do it twice, 2 or 3 times before you move on, until you really feel that starting to loosen up. Just grab one leg and hug it towards you. So those are a couple of things that'll save you a lot of tightness in the legs, and a lot of times hips and knee pain are from that. When I was running a lot especially, I started getting knee pain, and I started doing those and it went away. It was all muscular. It's not always muscular, but a lot more than people realize it is, I think. All right, that is good for stretching, so make sure you get your recovery in, drink lots of water. I hope you enjoyed the workout. It was a good, tough one today. Make sure you post in the comments when you are done, and I will see you guys next time. Have a great day.